Who wants more information on the Child Study Center in Fort Worth, just go to the website. And what is the website, Dr. Cammilleri?
www.cscfw.org, as in Child Study Center, Fort Worth.
The topic this morning is autism and what we should all know about autism, the fastest growing developmental disability in the United States. It's estimated that every 20 minutes a child is diagnosed with autism, with 1 in 110 children suffering from autism, and boys are more at risk. 1 in 70 boys will be diagnosed with autism. There is no medical detection for autism or cure for autism. My guests are Dr. Anthony Cammilleri, the director of the Jane Justin School, a department within the Child Study Center in Fort Worth, which provides instruction for children with developmental disabilities. Also in studio, Melanie and Seth Fowler. Their son, William, who is 5 years old, is a student at the Child Study Center, and they have recently written a book about their journey titled Look at My Eyes. Melanie, how is William doing now?
Well, he's made tremendous progress since he has been at the Child Study Center. This is his second year. His eye contact is definitely much more evident. Academically, he's soaring. He's doing very well. His social skills continue to be, affected and continue to be a challenge, but that's very common in children with autism. It's not something that is going to be cured. It's over time, and over time, he's made progress each day. It might look a little bit different, and it might be a little bit slower, but progress is progress. So we've been very happy with the Child Study Center. And one thing that makes the Child Study Center of Fort Worth so unique is the different programs that they are involved in. We have the school, of course, the Jane Justin School. They also have autism services, which actually William will be doing this summer. It is a little different from the school because it's one-on-one and it's intense therapy. That's a unique area that the center provides. Not only does he have a pediatrician at the center that he can see, but he also receives speech services, speech therapy services, as well as the school. So there are so many different organizations within the center that are working together to help your child. So it's quite a family unit there.
Seth, you and Melanie co-wrote the book, Look at My Eyes. Besides being a book that can help families navigate the system, whether it be insurance or looking for programs or organizations that will provide help for a child with developmental disabilities, what do you hope people learn from your book, Look at My Eyes?
Well, the book can be found at www.lookatmyeyes.com. And what do I hope people learn? I hope they learn that they're not alone, that there's nothing to be ashamed of, that the child is the most important thing, and finding the best therapy or avenue for success is the most important thing. And of course, with the divorce rate within special needs families being so high, that's another reason we wanted to do this together. Melanie wrote the majority of the book. I just had little snippets within the book to give a father's perspective. My book will be coming out later. You never know. I don't know. Part 2. Keep Looking at My Eyes will be the title. But that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be a unified front of this is our family. We're not a perfect family by any means, but we were passionate about writing this book, and we wanted to publish this book to benefit the Child Study Center as well as just help as many families as we can to let them know they are not alone and there are outlets there.
I'm
Yes.
so glad that you said that it will benefit the Child Study Center because proceeds from the book, the majority of the proceeds from the book will be going to the Child Study Center and the Jane Justin School.
Yes, that is correct.
And the website, once again, Seth?
Lookatmyeyes.com.
And be on the lookout for keeplookingatmyeyes.com in the near future. Dr. Cammilleri, is early detection going to be key for families that once they notice signs of possible autism or other developmental delays, that they need to go into action right away?
Yes, Anna, that is absolutely the truth. Early detection is vital to the outcome. Autism is a developmental disability that has many, many skill deficits associated with it. And the sooner you can get a child into treatment, the shorter their history of doing things in an atypical way will be. The shorter that history, the less there is going to be for the therapist to overcome, and the more easily that therapist will be able to build a repertoire in the child of behaviors that will enable the child to navigate the world in a way that's very productive.
For somebody who's not in the Fort Worth area, of course, there are other organizations that provide support for families with a child with autism. But once again, your website for the Child Study Center?
www.cscfw.org.
Melanie, Seth mentioned earlier that part of his grieving process were having to change the expectations that he had for his son.
Yes.
What is your dream for William now?
Well, first and foremost, my dream for him is to be happy, and I do think he's very happy. Personally, I would love to see William be able to hold a conversation with me in a more deliberate way, in a creative way, in a way in which we can go back and forth. At this point, we're working on that. He's doing quite well. He's able to express his needs and wants, and even do a little bit more than that. But there's still work to be done, and I'm confident that we will get there.
What about you, Seth? Your dreams for your son now?
Well, I was going to say the same thing as Melanie. I would crave a conversation with William, and I look forward to that day, because sometimes if we're driving to the store and it'll be very quiet, and I'll try to ask him questions, and sometimes he'll respond and sometimes he won't. But I would love to experience him asking me
about the Rangers,
about the Rangers,
Cowboys.
About the Cowboys. Absolutely. And I hope and pray that that day comes.
The book is called Look at My Eyes, written by Melanie and Seth Fowler, parents of a 5-year-old who is on the autism spectrum. Dr. Anthony Cammilleri is the director of the Jane Justin School, a department within the Child Study Center in Fort Worth. And in closing, the most important message that you want to get across, Dr. Cammilleri?
Don't give up hope. Early detection is absolutely key, and then find evidence-based, scientifically validated treatment. Applied behavior analysis, medical treatment. Avoid those non-scientific based treatments. They're going to end up wasting your time.
Melanie and Seth, the most important message you want to get across.
Early intervention is imperative, and you may grieve and be proactive at the same time. But it is important to attack this early and to use resources around you that are available.
Seth?
Don't give up. Love your child. Don't take no for an answer. If your insurance company is giving you issues, then fight for what's right, because if you don't fight for your child, then nobody will.
You mentioned that one of the things that was different about Look at My Eyes is that it has the father's perspective. So your message, Seth, to fathers?
My message would be love your child first and foremost, and accept them for who they are and what they bring to the table, and find joy in that. Love your wife and your family. Make sure that you have time for your wife, because having a child, a typical child, is exhausting. Having a special needs child is even more exhausting. But put your focus on the things that you can take care of, and don't give up.
Melanie, you hit the lottery with that boy.
I sure did. I'm extremely blessed.
Thank you all so much for joining me this
Thank
morning.
you.
Thank you, Anna.